Hello, Roland Warren here. Each Christmas, I reflect on the story of Christ's birth and the wonderful lessons it provides for our pro-abundant life work of protecting the unborn and building strong families. I am particularly inspired by the courage Mary and Joseph displayed through what must have been an incredibly stressful time for them. And as a father myself, who faced an unplanned pregnancy with my girlfriend, now wife of 36 years, I certainly can relate to Joseph's dilemma. But it would seem that not everyone shares my admiration for the man who God chose to be Jesus' earthly father. Just check out Christmas greeting cards. It's not unusual to see ones without Joseph in the picture, even though he was clearly in God's picture in the birth of Christ. And how about Christmas songs? Songs like Mary Did You Know have captivated millions. Many other songs have been written about that night. Mary had quite a few. The shepherds get their mention, the wise men get a memorable tune in their honor, and even the drummer boy, who was not even in the Bible, gets a song. But it's harder to find songs about Joseph. Why is that? Scripture tells us that Joseph was a righteous man, and upon discovering Mary's pregnancy, wanted to put her away quietly. Joseph had a legal right to accuse Mary of adultery and have her stoned, but he obeyed the angel who was God's messenger and became a husband to Mary and a father to the child growing inside of her. You see, Joseph's planned course of action would have forever altered the Christmas story and had far-reaching implications on the fulfillment of the messianic prophecy. Prophecies said that Jesus was to be born in Bethlehem, Joseph's hometown. Without Joseph, there would be no reason for Mary to attend the census in Bethlehem, no reason for her to give birth in one of its stables. Prophets also predicted that the Messiah would travel to Egypt as a child. A single woman without protection and carrying a young boy would have hardly made the journey. Then there was Herod. When the wise men from the east came searching out the Christ child, who would have helped protect Mary and Jesus from Herod's wrath? Some might argue that God is God and would have made a way for Mary and Jesus to thrive without Joseph. Fair enough. But God did not. His actions reveal that his desire was for Joseph to be a central part of the story. Fatherhood matters to God and to the well-being of children, and so does being raised by a mother and father united in marriage. You see, Jesus' birth supported the high idea of God's sacred design for the family. Indeed, Jesus could have come into the world via a single mother. This would have fulfilled God's purpose, but it would have violated his principle, this high idea. Thus, the angel Gabriel did not stop at giving Mary a message of hope. He went and told Joseph as well. The creator of marriage and family understood that the best environment for raising a child was within the shelter of a loving marriage, even when the child was Jesus. So Jesus, the Son of God, learned how to be a man from Joseph. When we rejoin the story at the start of Christ's ministry, he is a carpenter, Joseph's profession. No doubt, he spent countless hours with his dad in the shop learning the trade. Joseph would have carried Jesus on his shoulders and shown him how to be gracious and compassionate. In John chapter 8, the Jewish leaders react to Christ's rebuke of their hypocrisy by implying that he was an illegitimate son. While Scripture does not say how the community responded to Joseph's decision to marry his already pregnant fiancée, we can assume that their reaction was not compassionate. When Joseph married Mary and accepted Jesus as his son, he would have accepted the community's accusations that Jesus was his illegitimate child. For an honorable man like Joseph, such ridicule would have been difficult to bear. But Joseph bore it anyway. He did the right thing, no matter the personal costs. I think that this too was a lesson Jesus would have learned from Joseph. The importance of fatherhood has not changed. When CareNet surveyed women who had had abortions, we found that 3 out of 5 cited the father of the child as the most important influence on their decision to abort. We also know from decades of social science research that children living in father-absent homes are more likely to suffer negative outcomes across every economic, health, educational, and emotional measurement of child well-being. You see, God created the Holy Family as much as an example for us as he did to provide for his own son. Therefore, as pro-abundant life people, we believe that the best environment for raising children is an environment that God wanted for his own son. an environment sustained by a marriage. So this Christmas, I'm going to make sure that Joseph gets his fair share of Yuletide attention. And I'm going to thank God for empowering him with a message of life so that Mary and Jesus, in his humanity, would experience abundant life. Amen? Until next time, may God bless you daily as you serve him faithfully.